That's a shame y'all be blocking them videos like that. Skeezer to the scamsters. Hey, listen. Last night, like I said, I was going in on y'all last night. Y'all some funny clowns. Y'all lying telling them people I'm mental and I'm a prostitute. I don't even look like no prostitute. What kind of prostitute is that? Looking like how I look. Yeah, yeah. Look, I sit here and I thank God every day from the things that I've been through. I'm easy to get through it, you know? I'm easy to get through the things I've been through. Just to sit here all alone, you know what I'm saying? And all my family turned their back on me. Just to sit here and excuse me. Just to sit here and know that somebody that you was loving on and you was there for and you did everything for, you even helped them raise their grandkids, you know, just to know that and to find out that they drugged you and had somebody rape you. Who could do somebody like that? I just, I have my moments in here, and I know y'all watching me. But good, keep watching. Because the more you watch me, the more I get stronger. Y'all watch me when I'm walking around in my house naked and all kind of stuff. And then y'all had the nerve to shame my body. Hey, yo, for me to be 59, shoot, I got a sexy body. I ain't even gonna hold you. And y'all some haters because y'all body all big and blowed up. Stop messing around with that voodoo and that witchcraft and black magic and stuff. And you'll come down to your normal size. That stuff, all it do is just blow you up like you an undertaker or something. But I look good to be my age, 59. Shoot, and all the stuff I've been through, please. And I don't have a reason to lie about what I've been through. I think about all the times I was in them streets. When I was a baby. And to know that my family, my flesh and blood, and they saying it's my mother, I'm still not certain. It's like, I don't know everything. I just listen to my mind. And when you listen to your mind, it's your beloved ancestors talking to you. It's God talking to you. I just was done dirty. And that's sad. I always knew I had 2 birth certificates and 2 social security cards. Back then, when I was smaller, I didn't understand why, But as I got older and older, I know why now. I never received a penny of my inheritance and trust fund that all my beloved ancestors on my father's side left me. And my father, my godfather was my father's best friend, Uncle Remus. He studied a lot. And he didn't have no kids. And he loved at me. And he left me everything. I used to see them fighting over that stuff when I was little. That's how come I know a lot. And my grandmother and them used to tell me, they used to, especially my grandma Dees, me and her used to have a good old time because I was practicing on her hair, learning how to braid. And I used to be a good hair braider and a good dandruff scratcher. That's why I said my family lying. Whoever this person is that they saying that's me, that's going into the courts talking about she mental and all of this, she is mental. Because what you thought, you was going to get away with that all my life? Yeah, it's not me that's mental. They trying to make it seem like it's me that's mental. I never was mental. And when the time come, they could take a test to see if I'm mental. These people try to dumb me down. They was doing MK Ultra on me since birth. Once I came out my mother's womb and went to them doctors and stuff, they was doing MK Ultra on me. And in 1964, that stuff was supposed to have stopped. So how they still was doing MK Ultra on me? Somebody signed some papers for them to do a case study on me. Nobody had no right doing no case study on me. And the proof is right there. Look how big I was. Look how skinny my wrist is. My wrist is skinny. Look at that. That's my natural wrist. Skinny. So why I had all that weight on me? I never was that big. And all these people, because they getting paid to say all of these heinous things about me. The things they saying about me is what they did to me. Dogs. And look, I held my composure very well for all the stuff I've been through. What I was doing on drugs. What I was doing in the Bowery. Sleeping in the Bowery. From this shelter to that shelter. This shelter to that shelter. Spell work. They was putting that voodoo on me since birth, man. That's why I was born dead. And if you don't believe me, go find a righteous person from my father's family. They'll tell you she ain't lying. And it's two of them will tell you the truth. And see, those two, right, they're not going to be touched. Because God got them protected. Because you know why? They told the truth. And whatever sickness and stuff they had, it's gone. Oh, my phone going dead. That's sad. Let me see if I can plug it up. I'm going to plug it up. Got it. Yeah. And this got to be, I feel like it's my mother, because I felt like my mother didn't like me neither when she was going to put me in a home when I was 13. She was going to put me in a home. And I was her quietest child. And I always stuck by my mother. And I did everything she said. All the beatings and stuff I used to get. That's why I said she used to whoop me. She used to put that extension cord on me and make me study that psalm book. Make me read that Bible. I was the only one doing that. And I used to go in the room. She used to say, Maddie this, Maddie that, Maddie this, Maddie that. And oh, your arms too long. When she was sewing my clothes and making my clothes. Because a lot of us had tailor-made stuff. Especially me. I learned how to make 2 dresses. I made 2 real nice dresses when I was 11 years old. She helped me make them dresses. But she made me sit down there and learn how to sew. That's why, you know, if it is my mother, at least, you know, I could say that she was a good inspirer. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to take nothing from her. She was a good inspirer. Right? But the thing with that is, look at all the abuse I've been through. All behind money. And look, they messed up my life. They tried to dumb me down. Why was I in a special reading class? That's because MK Ultra. How I was in a special reading class when I was 5 years old, 6 years old, going with her to night school in a class, and they was teaching me. That's how smart I was. And I still am smart. They was mind controlling me to dumb my mind down. Just Google MK Ultra and see what it do to you. It controls your mind. That's sad. But the thing with that is I was able to break out of that. Shoot, I broke out of that. And look, they was doing spell work, which is COVID. And I was 5 years old. My mother standing me next to her to read cards for my friend. My friend was 10 years old. I was 5 and she was 10. She always would tell my mother, oh, that's a cute little girl. That's a cute little girl. And my mother trusted her. That's why I said, who is these people? Yo, what's really going on? That's sad. And I was such a sweetheart. I was a very affectionate, a loving, kind person. Even when I fought my friends, I still want to be friends with them. I felt bad after that. And look, I used to see my father paying them people 50 cents, 25 cents. Then it went up to 50 cents. And he'd give them $1. This time, make sure you beat her up. I told him, you take that money from my father again. And watch what I'm going to do to you. But, you know, that's sad. I'm laughing because, you know, that was funny. Like, sometimes you laugh to stop from crying. But when I sit here and I think about all that stuff, that's heartbroken. But the thing with that is, after I fight my friends, I want to be friends with them the next day or two. That's sad. Yo, these people was insane, and they lying on me. And still nobody came to see if I'm telling the truth or not. But they got a court case going on about me. How is that possible? That's against the law. That's sad. That's sad. But you know what? God got me. He had me the whole time. He got the whole world in his hand. And when you don't listen to God and think you're more powerful than him, that's when he start letting you hang yourself. And look at these people. These people was led astray about me. Because they'd never seen me do none of that. They never seen me do none of the things. Look, they took and drugged me and raped me and put it on the dark web and was making money off of that. All because Cassandra want to say that I have sex with men. That's a fucking lie. Excuse my language. Because I'm so tired of swearing and cursing. But my mother taught me, when they curse you, curse them back. I sigh. Look at my glasses, it's only big because I had got the frames when I was big, but I never put no lens in them. And that's why they look so big on me, because I was big when I got them and I tried them on. And all my other glasses broke because of all these nasty, wicked, evil people sending all kind of spell work through the phone and on your picture and got me on altars and they got me buried in cemeteries and graveyards and all kind of stuff. And they doing nature magic, all that. Listen, I don't do them kind of thing. You see what they getting? Them people gonna start looking like what they wanted me to look like. It was a movie they had out. Well, it was a bunch of witchcraft being done in the movie, and then at the end, almost at the close to the end of the movie, they had this big feast. And when you went inside the feast, you seen all the people that was doing witchcraft and voodoo and stuff. They start looking like animals and stuff and people. That's what happens. Whoever was sacrificing animals started turning into looking like human and animal. That's sad. Why would you want to do that to an animal? That's the reflection on my glasses. That's why you can't see my eyes so good. But yeah, that's sad. And then I found out they was poisoning me all my life because they knew I wouldn't die from that, but I would have a disease. But look at God. He saved me. God stopped me from having that disease they wanted me to have. He blocked that and my beloved ancestors. My grandfather not playing with these people. And y'all know ancestors is real. It's true. They be in here on me too sometimes. Because they tell me to shut up and talk too much. And that's why this whole nasty, shitty up, mangy, Ramsey ass family never tell them to say certain things around me. Look, when they was doing all that stuff behind my back and all that, I was seeing them, boy, if I could only just show the pictures. Look, you got one of my nieces was behind me, but she didn't know I was looking right at her. I was looking right at her in the mirror. I said, look at this scamp. But I ain't gonna say nothing, because let them dig their hole and let them droop right in it. Not drop, droop. Because look, the sad part is I never let nothing happen to none of my family if they was in my care. I always extra took care of them. I took care of them more than I took care of myself. And when I say take care of them, I mean with the love. Was trying to show them how to love instead of how to be so angry and how to take out whatever you were going through. Oh, I'm going to do this because, no. You forgot you still got to live? Just like all these people doing all this stuff to me, they forgot they got to walk the streets. Look at that. How you think you going to keep walking these streets after you done did something bad to somebody and took some money for somebody's life? You think you going to keep walking the street? That's why I said that guy that keep digging that garbage out, let him keep digging that garbage, digging out that garbage and dropping stuff. You should have seen what he did to me today. He walked past my car and did some stuff with his hand. I said, yeah, I got right out and wiped it down with the Florida water. And it said, return it to the sender. In the name of Jesus. Because you got to be removed from here. And watch what God do to him. Walking around like he retarded. Then he gonna ask me. I told him, I said, yo, get up. Don't go over there pulling that garbage out. Oh, mind your fucking business, bitch. I said, that is my business, dog. And he was like, oh, do I look like I eat out the garbage can? Yeah, you eating out the garbage can. Look at that. He didn't even know what I meant. Because they sent you over there, and that's eating, nigga. They paid you to go do whatever you was going over there to do in that garbage. So yeah, you eating out the garbage can. Cocksucker. My grandfather gonna take care of him, though. My grandfather gonna let him rope his ass. Because ancestors is real. I promise you. And if you don't believe me, you better ask somebody. And that's what protected me. God and my beloved ancestors and all my ancestors that cared about me. That's sad to know that. To come. You know, I got older and found out, especially after I left that girl put me, that girl used to put me out my own crib where I'm paying money at to stay. It's 6 of us lived there and I had to pay $200. The rent was $600. So if the rent is $600, let me see, she had 4. It was 5 of us staying there. Her three grandkids and me and her. Why am I paying $200? When it was 3 kids there, 2 boys and a girl. Right? That $600 should have been broke down. Even. Plus, I was paying $200 plus buying $200 and something worth of food. And like I said, I shouldn't have been on no government assistance programs. I shouldn't have never went to prison. I should have never been on none of this stuff. Where my grandparents and my great-grandparents and my great-grand-aunt and my godfather left perfect instructions on what to do with their stuff. They left me. But instead, these people did all kind of stuff. The Mason and Eastern Stars, the Coven, and Secret Society. They did all kind of stuff. They set me on fire. They raped me, all kind of stuff. Once my grandfather, they murdered my grandfather for that money. And took it from me. And look, I was a little girl seeing that. And the way I seen them do my mother, I said, let them keep it, mommy. My life meant more to me all my life, even when I was a little girl. And God saw that. And you know what's sad? They sitting back laughing at that. They sitting back laughing. They watching me in my own crib. And they sitting back laughing. It's funny to them. And it makes them feel good to know what they did to an innocent person. That's all right, though. Because look how God kept me strong, yo. And I don't bite my tongue for nobody, especially when I know I'm right. I sit there and let you do all kind of shit. Because I know he saw it. And that's how that went. And now they're trying to say I'm crazy. Now they're trying to pin murders on me that they did. They murdered all these people. Sacrifice. They sacrificed people in this family for money. And I let them keep that money. Until I find out I started knowing that stuff wasn't right. Just look how they had my apartment shot up. They shot in this apartment and they shot a hole in my car. Why? I never asked y'all for a penny of that money. I never even gave y'all an essence or anything that I was coming to even ask y'all. It was said to me, all of this is yours, you staying? Huh? I said, oh no, I'm good. That was in 2017. You know why I said no, I'm good? Because what they did to me on James Island, unfortunately. Why would I go there and stay? I was 8 years old. Fred Arnold and Henry raped me. Why? And that's why Fred got the one eye. I promise you. When me and Anthony was down there, we wasn't no joke. We wasn't playing with them. We built a swing in front of my grandma's house. And Dina and Ronnie tried to come and bogart us with that swing. How come I still remember Dina and Ronnie and them? If I'm lying. I remember them because we beat them up and my grandmother whooped us. Until she realized, right, she said, go get the switch. She ain't beat up, whoop us. You know, she tap us with the thing. Until she realized that they was coming down there starting with us. And she let us loose on them. Oh, man. Yo, that's why I said, who is these people? I don't know these people. I never went back down south because what they did to me. And you know I'm telling the truth because I don't got no kids behind that. I would not let no man touch me. And this girl went and let some man rape me after she drugged me up. I was wondering why my underwears would be off sometime. And those were the times that they was raping me and I didn't know it. And she had the nerve to sit there and be in my face and still be with me. Look at that. That's sad. Just because she knew that I didn't have sex with men. And that's what my father's family told her to do. And she got a bunch of granddaughters. Look at that. Look at the life you pick for your family, your bloodline. Because I never would have let that happen to you. I sighed. That's why God protected me. And he still is protecting me. He protected me for 59 years. He allowed me to come to this earth. But, you know, I sighed. But anyway, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And only by the grace of God I ain't lose my mind. I ain't have no breakdown, no none of that. Thank God for Jesus. It's God and Jesus was all my life. Oh God, oh Jesus, oh God, oh please God, you know. And then always my grandma. I told my mother it was not my grandmother doing stuff. It was that Bootsy. Cause when my father got burnt up, and he went to live with them, with my aunt at my aunt's house in Chelsea Pier. We used to have to go over there because my mother had to take him to court for child support and to get us on the disability stuff, you know, that he was getting. And them checks back then was $249. I never forget. And my sister told me my mother signed my last check. So that's how come I'm believing it's her. Signing my name on stuff. When I turned 18, that was my last check I got. It was a big one, and I never seen none of it. All she gave me was $500 out that check. I could imagine how big that check was. They always was stealing my money. While Isaac was on my bank book. His name was on my bank book that my grandfather had for me. That's why I said I always shared everything I had with these people. They never did nothing for me but what they doing now. And I don't have no reason to lie. And with that, I'm gonna get off here. Aside all that abuse.